This is a question for Dave. As you stated, we, for stem rust, have gone over 50 years without virulent races, and there seems to be a burst of new races of stem rust, more virulent. What's the prevailing thought about the reason for this burst? Is it over-reliance on major genes, climate-related factors? Would you care to comment on that?
Okay, it's a good question. I mean, there are many factors involved. I think probably complacency was one. That, as you say, the world really hasn't seen stem rust problems 40, 50 years, so nobody's been looking at it and addressing it. I'd guess East Africa was the one place where stem rust managed to hang on, and I think these races were sort of slowly cooking. I mean, we've got some evidence from the molecular work now that some of the samples from the 1970s were potentially the ancestors, the precursors of these races we're seeing now, the UG99 races. So I think within that region, over time, things have happened. I mean, the East Africa region, I mean, it's a well-known hotspot for rusts, and certainly people have thought about these highland equatorial environments where you've got high levels of UV radiation, that could be a factor in terms of driving mutation. We're also now sort of investigating the role of barberry in those areas. So barberry is the alternate host for both stem rust and yellow rust, and basically it allows the pathogen to go through a sexual cycle, and you get recombination occurring as a result. So we're now just beginning to investigate the role of the barberry species that's present in East Africa, and it is functional for Puccinia graminis. So, but we don't know exactly what role it is playing. So there are several factors that are going on. But yeah, it's complex, and it's an interesting situation. But for sure, I mean, the pathogen is now, it's changed, and it's got a really virulent package that's coming out, and we need to be concerned about it.
Ravi Singh is here, Semit's chief breadwheat breeder. He may have thoughts about that. Ravi?
Well, I think Dave's point on complacency is probably the most important. People forgot about the disease. They were not doing much what they should have done. And there have been studies showing the importance of maintenance breeding. You need to invest just to keep what you have achieved, which was getting very hard. So, and one more comment about East Africa. In East Africa, you can find wheat growing throughout the year, someplace at different altitudes. That allows the survival of rust, and I think several other diseases you will find. East African highlands are also hotspot. So you can find the crop throughout. We call green bridge situation. So the biotrophs, the pathogens like rust, which do need live plants, they always find live plants. So you never run out of the inoculum load. So I think that may be another reason why it happened there.
Thanks, Ravi.